Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Welcome to a new show, a new day. I hope that you're doing okay wherever you are. It's a beautiful day here. It's a bit rainy, but I welcome every single day on this planet. So I would like to ask you a question about your state of mind at the moment. How are you feeling? You know, there is so much going on in the world. I mean, we want to feel on and switched on and on top of things all the time. But I think there are just some times where we just want to just sit back and take a break. It's just all too much. And I've actually got a secret way today of reducing stress. And it's actually an acronym. It's RAINS. RAINS. And I'm going to tell you what that means and what those initials stand for. And it's a formula for just trying to release some of this incredible energy that is around us all the time these days. Now, my cup of tea, I decided to go with something called Glow. It's a Twinings tea, and it's got strawberries, cucumber, green tea, and aloe vera. Now, I only taste the green tea in this, but it's actually quite a good tea. It's called Glow. Maybe it's helping me glow. I don't know. But I hope that you're doing well and got a cup of tea or coffee. Now, our sponsor for today's show is Easy Spirit. Easy Spirit is the original comfort footwear brand. They've been making comfortable shoes for women for over 35 years. And they've innovated their product line. They've come up with some new designs and beautiful new shoes. So you don't have to decide between style and comfort. You get both. Now, Easy Spirit believes that comfort should be uncomplicated and that it's a spirit that women around the world share, just to be comfortable in the clothing and the shoes that we wear. Now, you can check out their clothes at easyspirit.com, and they make a range of sizes and widths so that you can find a pair that fit your feet perfectly. And if you go down to the section below this video in the description, you will find a promo code to get 20% off of an Easy Spirit pair of shoes. And just go below the video, you'll see a section that says see more. In the description, you'll find the promo code, and go ahead and use that to try out the Easy Spirit shoes. And I guess because anything is possible when you are comfortable. That's what Easy Spirit believes. So, stress is, comfortable shoes are definitely a big help when you're feeling stressed. But, Deborah Feinbloom wrote an article for us, she's one of our bloggers, and she said, so what I said earlier, that this is feeling of wanting to be always on, always positive, is just not real. I mean, there are going to be times when we just feel down, when we just feel like we're a little bit too stretched, and there's stress in our lives that's overwhelming. And she mentions a quote by Nice Nin, which I really like, which is something like, and the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. And I think that's the secret here, is that we can keep this all inside of us, but we're doing ourselves more harm by doing that. We might as well just let go of it, let go of the stress and the tension, and and take the risk to blossom. Speak out, speak our minds. Now, she talks about mindfulness and compassion, and about how having those elements of self-compassion are super important to us as we get older, particularly. But this sort of mindfulness, which has got so much press these days, what is it? Well, it's simply paying attention in a loving, non-judgmental way to the world around us, to the internal and external world. And she lists offers this model, these tips that I talked to you about for watching your breath, engaging your senses, and just becoming mindful about your environment. So what does RAINS stand for? I bet you've all been waiting for this. But it's not, honestly, what is it? RAINS. First it's a process of self-compassion. And the first thing is R for recognize. Recognize what's going on. Don't hide anything, don't push it away, just bring it out and say, what is it that is on my mind that's really bothering me? Say it out loud. It's really, really important to do that. The next thing is to allow, A for allow. Allow it to just be. Let it be. As that famous song says, become in harmony with it. You sometimes don't have any way to have an impact on it. Let that be. Just let it be. And I think that allowing things to have their own time, their own space, is a really important part of this process of recognizing what's going on and then allowing it to be. The I in RAINS is to investigate. And that's really a great technique. That's just basically ask yourself how it's affecting you emotionally, physically. Have you got physical symptoms that are actually part of this, part of the stress that you're feeling? If you are, it's actually a very useful meditation exercise to sit and just focus your attention on that part of your body, whether it's your leg or your stomach or your head, whatever it might be, just let it be. But let that accept and acknowledge the pain or the physical manifestation as part of this whole process. So investigate. She actually gives a very interesting color. Do you feel a color? When you're focusing there on your stomach or your head, do you feel a color? Engage all your senses in getting to the bottom of what this thing is that's really requiring you to calm down and be reflective and compassionate to yourself. So feeling the emotions and feeling the physical manifestations. Investigate. That's the I. The N is non-identification. And this is not identifying it with yourself. See it as passing. See this feeling as something that is coming into focus and then it's fading away. It's that breath that you use when you're meditating. It's that when you feel your breath and thoughts come bombarding in on you, to just let them pass. That is a thought. That is a feeling. It's passing. It's not going to be here forever. Let it go. And I think that's an important thing too, is that non-identification. And sometimes actually these things that are on your mind are not personal. They're nothing to do with you. So, don't blame yourself. Don't feel responsible. Yes, you can be upset. Yes, you can be feeling physically, dealing with it, but it's not to do with you personally. The final thing, the S in RAINS, is self-care. It's a classic, put your own oxygen mask on before you help anybody else. It's just the fact that you have to take time for yourself as much as you take time and care for other people. Say to yourself, I send you love. I send you peace. I send you support. Send it to yourself. And in the same way that you would calm a child if they were stressed or crying or upset, or helping a person who's going through a difficult situation, speak to that emotion in a way that's compassionate. It always amazes me, honestly, how women, especially older women who have got they've developed such a heart and such a muscle for kindness, that they treat other people with so much understanding and love and care. But at the same time, they're so hard on themselves. Just so hard on the person that you are. And I know from conversations with a lot of women, and if you're still with me at the end of this conversation, I know you're one of these people that understands this. You are the ones who had challenges when you were younger, perhaps. You had to overcome things, and now you're here. And don't be hard on you. You can forgive someone else for doing it, but be kind and forgiving to yourself as well. So I guess that's the point of this conversation. And thank you so much, Deborah, for putting this together. It's a really great practice of self-love, the RAINS technique. And, what allows you to get back on track when you're feeling a little bit disorganized and off balance, a little off kilter, overwhelmed. What do you use? What techniques do you use to get back on course? I would really like to know what you do, and we can share so that other people can learn and gain from your own experience. What kind of meditation, if any, do you use? Or exercise? What do you do to find balance? I really would love to know. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. Be sure to, just take care of yourselves. Check out the website, our Facebook group. Join our Patreon group if you feel that you can. We just want to be together here supporting one another on this journey. So take good care, have a wonderful day, do something good for yourself, and be compassionate, be kind to you. Take it easy, everybody. We'll talk again soon.